So we're looking here today at Newton's second law lab. And I have had quite a bit of confusion, and there typically is when we're here on step 4, trying to come up with these two numbers here, the calculated force on the cart versus the spring scale force on the cart. These should be very close to each other, but they will probably be a tiny bit different. And the idea is for you to, the way you can actually measure it is to remember we have a tool to measure forces. A force is just a push or a pull, so when you pull on something, you can see what that force is, and this outer one is, of course, Newton's. And so what's effectively happening in this lab, as we've already mentioned, is a string is putting an unbalanced force on this cart, and that unbalanced force is going to make the cart accelerate in the direction of the unbalanced force. And so what we really want to do is we want to know, well, what is this force on this string right here? So as you can see from my little sketch down here and from the instructions, it says to replace the cart with the spring scale, and then you can hold the spring scale in position, and then when you put that force on it from the hanging mass, you'll be able to see, well, how hard is it pulling? And just hold it stationary, and whatever that force is, that's going to be your measured force. And that's what this sketch is trying to show you. Your cart's going to be pulled by an unbalanced force that's caused by, we'll zoom in here, this string here is having a force put on it by the hanging mass. That unbalanced force is in this direction. We can measure that by replacing the cart with the spring scale. Thank you. Hopefully that helps.